Hello, I'm Jim Bendel, and I live with my wife near Almont, and we have used and feel very fortunate that there's a place like Mississippi Mills or Mills Community Support Institution, whatever, not the correct name, but anyway, the name doesn't really matter. It's here, and it's filled with wonderful people that are really basically keen on helping individuals without really much thought of returns to themselves. They're sort of altruistic, if there's ever such a possibility, people. And for people who are new to an area, or people who are older, or people that just don't know exactly what's going on, and are people to talk to about questions they have, there could be no better place than the people here, and specifically Jeff Mills, who's Mr. Know-It-All. And if you have problems, say, look, I'd like to stay in my home, but I really have too much work to do one way or the other, getting older and can't do this. Chainsaws you don't use with the same sense of confidence as you once did. Well, Jeff's the man to talk to, and he will come, or you can come to him, and he'll tell you, what might be done and what's available. And often you have the support. For example, I'm retired, and I've looked after my retirement time with my scheme and place where I worked. I also am a veteran, so I have support from the veterans, which are trying to keep people going as long as they can. So I have the resources, or some resources, which are very fortunate. Many people don't have that, and again, I think a place like the Mills is where they can get the same quality as assistance as I have had. And for example, I want some help with what's going on in the garden, and I have a pretty big garden where often trees fall down over my garden trails, and so on and so forth. So I say, hey Jeff, can you help me with this or that? Also, I'm interested in developing my computer skills, and so on and so on. So this is the place to come, no question. And it's the kind of grease, I think, that makes all the parts work well together, all the parts of society. Another thing they do too is they often plan events, or they will do things to bring people together and provide information that they may not be able to get by themselves. And recently, Dr. David Atack, who's a neurologist, gave a talk on mental problems, things like Alzheimer's, specifically with aging. And here's a chance now to go and hear a local doctor talk about what he does. And that's great, because most doctors, as you know, will check you out and give you advice, and that's the end of the visit. But here's a chance to see a skilled person talking about what is of interest. And he wouldn't do that for me alone, but Jeff Mills, organized this. Hey, that's a good name, Jeff Mills, because he is a Mills man. He's even named after the place. Never thought of that. Maybe he is the spirit of Mississippi Mills. Anyway, he's a great guy. So there's an example, and I've also mentioned to him I was keen on learning how to use PowerPoint. He said, oh, I know a fellow who's interested in helping people with their computers, and so we'll set up a meeting. So there you go. What more could you ask for? Now, do you have any questions yourself you'd like to ask? Well, ask Jeff Mills. There you go.
Thanks, Jeff.